Hello, everyone. Welcome to Counselor's Couch 101. I am Jim Stump. I'm wondering, have y'all seen this one? Miss Dearly's catching a fish. If you haven't seen it, you really should go check it out. It's a hoot. I think it was her first fish. I was watching this. It reminded me of my favorite video from this series. It was about bottle fishing. It was a long time ago, and it was a one-off. I've never seen them do it again. That type of fishing and so forth. Bottle fishing. Maybe we can ask them to post up where it is because it's back quite a way. Very interesting. And they seem to be having fun, right? Now, when I was first asked to come here and start doing these things, the suggestion was made that there were a lot of serious problems that people couldn't handle, non-professionals couldn't handle. And I was wondering what kind of issues would come up that they were concerned about. Most of us are relationship counselors. We look at people's interactions with other people, try to diagnose where their problems are, where their difficulties are, where the things that don't work. And we try to help them figure out better ways to be and to behave with other people so they have successful lives and relationships and maybe improve their jobs, etc. Improve their life overall by changing their behavior patterns, their habits. That's what relationship counselors do. They work with basically normal people who are having smaller problems. But the sorts of things I heard coming across on the emails are of a more serious nature. There are some things that you can't approach just from a talking therapy approach, right? There are some very serious diagnoses that require teams of experts to work with. I'm thinking of schizophrenia, bipolar, and maybe borderline disorders. Those are difficult ones. Often with things like schizophrenia, the team consists of a medical doctor looking after the person's health. There's a psychiatrist, which is monitoring the person's moods and swings and the effects of medications that the patient is taking. And then there are relationship counselors to help them through the day-to-day and encourage them with coping skills and etc. And it can be very daunting for everybody in the team and also for the person who has the disorder. Now, some people, they use their disorders to advantage. Maybe they get help, maybe they get financial support, maybe they get people doing things for them or running errands, et cetera, et cetera. And they're using that disease because it gains them something. But most people with these more serious diagnoses don't want the disease. Most of them are really tired of the life they're living and they just want to be normal. They're not trying to use it in any way, shape, or form, but they're coping with very serious swings in mood and behavior and so forth that they can't control. Forgive me, it's still hot here in California. I'm melting like a popsicle on the sidewalk. Anyway, when I get those sorts of requests from folks, I realize that there's nothing much I can tell them that they haven't already heard because they've been dealing with these problems. Most people say their entire lives. They've been to professionals, they've been to doctors, they've been to psychiatrists, and they're looking for something else because that's not working. Well, the truth of the matter is, the best thing I can recommend for folks who are in that situation is to find a good support group, someone who can help them through day to day. Doctors can't be there 24/7. Counselors try to give as much time as we can, but also we can't be there 24/7. But support groups, as they branch out, individual members can help individual members all times of the day. And oftentimes that's what I suggest. Find a good support group to augment the services you're already getting, right? Like I say, most of the things I deal with, people call in, they say, hey, I'm fighting with my wife. I say, okay, describe the latest incident. What did she say? What did you say? And how did it work out? And was it successful for you, or would you want a different sort of a conclusion? We dissect the situation and we find ways we can do things better. And usually that helps. It helps a lot of people. But with serious disorders, it's just going to take a lot more time and a lot more professional people involved in working with the people with the severe diagnoses. So when I got the call to come out here and try to help people out, I was assuming there were going to be what I would call rather regular sorts of problems and things that people come up with. Those ones, we cannot do that kind of work over a video, not a YouTube video podcast. That's not going to work. All we can do is make suggestions and encourage the person to keep on. But I'm reminded of a story. I knew this gentleman long, long time ago, back in early 20s when everybody was wild and crazy. He was speeding away from somebody. I don't know if it was this constabulary or not, but he got into a very serious car accident. And apparently he broke his right leg, and they said it was 12 or 15 places. I forget what he said. And all the doctors that this gentleman went to, they all told him he would never walk again. They said, there's nothing we can do. We can try to make repairs and etc., but you will never walk again. He said, okay, if you know you can't help me, you're not my doctor. And he went to another doctor and received the same answer. He said he went through a stack of doctors, just took out the phone book and went through every doctor's name in the book. Finally, he met this, he said there was this old guy who said he could help him. He said it's going to take time. He said, I will have to do a series of operations to put the bones back together and repair your leg. It's going to take a lot of operations. It's going to be painful. It's going to be expensive, but you will walk. This guy said, okay, that's my doctor. That's the one I want. And he went to meet this man, and he said he was an older man, and he was sort of like crumpled up, and he walked on 2 crutches. Apparently his legs didn't work, right? But this doctor did a series of operations on this young gentleman, and the next time I saw him, he was walking around with a cane, the young gentleman, that is. And not too much longer after that, he was walking without the cane. And he told me, he said, my leg is about 1 inch shorter than it used to be. It's 1 inch shorter than my left leg, but I can walk. The thing that made all that work was that guy was not going to stop until he found a solution to his situation. He was not going to take no for an answer. He was not going to listen to people who told him they couldn't help him. He kept looking for that doctor who said he could help him, and that doctor, in fact, did help him. That's the same thing I encourage people to do with severe mental or emotional disorders. Keep looking for the thing that works. And right now, I'm thinking, given the circumstances and the issues that I saw raised in the emails, I'm thinking, find yourself a good support group. And that support group could be online, right? In this day and age, we have that ability and that capability. And you can make friends, support friends from that support group. So that's what I'm recommending for folks with really serious diagnoses. People who already have a lot of experience dealing with it and have a team working with them now, but it just doesn't seem to be getting them to where they want to be. Find a good support group and then stick with your doctors. Oh, by the way, if your doctors aren't helping you, look for someone else. It's not that the doctor is incompetent. You're just looking for the doctor that can help you. And sometimes we just have to keep looking until we find that right combination of support group, help, and etc. So that's what I'm thinking there for the more severe illnesses that come across. By the way, I should have mentioned at the beginning, one of the first things counselors do when they meet someone is go through a checklist to find out if whatever is bothering that particular person could be medical. If it's medical, then we have to take care of that issue first, and then we deal with the social aspects that are a result of the medical problem. So we check that off. We want to rule out things that could possibly be causing the issues that they're experiencing. Rule them out and then move on to the things that we can help them with, right? And if there is no medical issue in the background, then we can move on and work with the social issues and etc. So find a support group if you need it, and find the right doctors, find the right counselors. They can be great counselors, but maybe they're just not the right counselor for you. Doesn't make them bad, doesn't make you bad. We're just looking for that match, always. The one who can help. That's the one you're looking for. I recommend you don't stop until you find them. Other than that, all I can say is go out and catch a fish. That's a lot of fun. Get outside, enjoy the sunshine, do something active, and have a good day. Thanks for coming. I'll talk with you next time.